Well, anyways, we do, even if Karen was not to come, though I think she will, we have enough for a quorum anyways with three of
Okay.
us. So
Yep.
that works out great. We'll give it another minute.
I'm just scanning the letter as we're going.
Okay, good. I'll give you a minute anyways. So did you guys hear what happened to me last week?
No.
So I was delivering Meals on Wheels on Thursday, and I've been delivering to this house for maybe 3 to 4 months. And I opened up the little gate like always, knocked on the door like I always do. Usually I hear two dogs barking inside. On this particular day, she had let them outside. They were in the backyard. And when I knocked, they came a running and they grabbed onto my leg and
Oh.
just kept biting and biting
Oh.
and would not let go. It ripped my pants leg like a foot and a half. And I was yelling for help and I just could not get one of them in particular. I could not get off me. It just kept biting and biting and biting. Anyways, I had to go to the doctor. I had reported to the police and the doctors. Um, they got the fire department to bandage me up, and then they also got the animal control officer. But since then, because it's swollen, I've had to go back to the doctor a couple of times.
Oh,
Yeah, I love dogs, but this was like the most shocking experience ever.
Bet.
wow. What do you know what breed of dogs they are?
I think they were pit bulls. I'm almost
Mm.
positive
Ah,
they were very short-legged, very, very broad and solid. I'm going to say they were maybe 70, 75 pounds each.
Mm.
And
wow.
it just wouldn't stop. I mean, it's a vicious, vicious dog. Both of them were, but one was worse than the other.
Terrible, terrible.
But they had the rabies shots?
Well, it's funny you said that because they were going to get back to me, animal control, and I haven't heard. So I called just a little while ago. So I'm hoping to hear back today. The doctor said if I found out like Tuesday, it was Thursday to Tuesday, I'd still be good, but I don't want to give it too much longer than this.
I don't blame you.
So,
Oh
welcome,
boy.
Karen. We
Welcome.
have on that note, we have everyone we're expecting today. So we have myself, we have Gloria, Karen, and Estelle. Lorraine is coming home from Ireland right now, so we will see her at the next meeting. So welcome, everyone. Meeting is called to order. It's 2:05. Hope everyone's having had a good weekend. The weather turned out to be better than I was expecting for the last weekend, so that was nice. I want to put out for your approval the March meeting minutes. Did everyone get a chance to look at that?
Yes.
One here, yes.
Yep.
I hear two yeses,
I did not.
one not. So I did see them. So we have three that will be a quorum to do it. So is anyone that disapproves of them? No, nope, nope, nope.
No, they're fine.
Okay. So a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Del,
I
thank you.
second it.
Karen, second, or vice versa. The meeting minutes are approved. Thank you very much. Old business, and I've got to thank everyone. Old business was the Bridgewater Disability Commission going to Bridgewater Housing on April 21st.
No,
In
it's fine.
attendance was everybody. It was myself, Lorraine, Gloria, Karen, and Estelle. It was probably 20 to 25 Bridgewater Housing Authority residents that were all going to go to bingo, but did come early and attended the meeting. Myself and Lorraine spoke briefly about the functions of the Disability Commission, just to give them a general idea. I got to say, the pastries provided by Estelle and Karen were delicious, and I had doubles of everything. I was really, really good. So thank you, ladies. And I was just thinking that similar meetings in other Bridgewater locales with a lot of, individuals, whether it be, like a Stone Meadow or High Pond or something like that, might be a good way to increase visibility in the future. What do you guys think?
I think that's
Sounds
a
like
real,
a good plan. Yeah, I'm in Stone Meadow, so I can help you set something up maybe.
Good.
Pick a date.
Well, June is going to be taken. We'll get back to that. So why don't you look like it's going to be a lot of summer stuff happening, people going a lot of places. So maybe we should plan some Stone Meadow
The
for
fall.
maybe a September, right after Labor Day. So I'll say September, and I'll put down Karen.
I think September's a really busy month for a lot of people, so maybe after September?
We can do October.
I'm away. Nope, I'm not. It's next year.
What are you doing next year, Karen?
London to Lisbon.
Oh, wow, that's a great one.
Yeah, so, but that's October 26th. I gotta remember that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you definitely want to remember that.
Okay, so October. Yeah,
So
I mean,
we'll think
September's busy for people that have children. I'm not sure that it's busy for people here at Stone Meadow.
Wow,
Getting back to
You're right.
school and all of those
But
activities.
you know what I was also
But
thinking?
we'll check
I
it
have a
out.
vacation. I have a couple vacations in the summer. I'm sure
Yeah.
everyone does, and we're going to be hard pressed to get even a quorum of 3 people on a couple of the dates. So I
Okay.
think October might be a good one. And you're right, though. It's a different atmosphere there for vacations.
Yeah, I was just thinking a lot of organizations start up in September, so they might have a lot of beginning meetings, but
Yep.
October
that's
might just be a better.
No, I think
Sounds
that's a
good.
good idea. So we'll talk about this in the near future, but that would be
Oh,
nice to
good
do it at
dates.
Stone
Mhm.
Meadow.
Are you thinking of, they have guest speakers coming into their, I'm not that involved here yet.
Right.
Their meetings, their weekly, monthly meetings, they have guest speakers sometime. Are you thinking about that? It would be a night meeting?
I think that would be a good tie-in because our meeting in itself isn't going to be that long. So if
Yeah.
we were like added on to somebody else's meeting,
Mhm.
we would get more of an audience. And then number two, it would make it
Exactly.
more worthwhile because you'd be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So I
Okay.
think that's great. Good idea.
That's fine.
Good idea.
That's fine.
So you'd have to find out in October
What they have planned.
and would they be happy enough to have us tag on to it?
Sure. A 15 or 20-minute presentation.
Yeah, just like you saw. I
Yeah.
think we could embellish a little more, but kind of like you saw with maybe a tad more.
Okay.
Good. Thank you. Anyone else comments on that? So I had mentioned on the last meeting we were talking, and we've been talking for a while about Marathon Park, and we talked about submitting a request for funding to the Community Preservation Committee, or Jim Small at Parks and Recreation. I had said I would rewalk Marathon Park because I did that a long time ago with Henry Goldsmith, that used to be a member, and we spent a lot of time there in the past, but I just revisited it. And Karen, you made some comments, but we'll get to them at the end. So I'll just read through it and, tell me what you think. I revisited Marathon Park the week ending the 24th. It's clean and well maintained. The attraction rides are well spread throughout the park with space for additional attraction rides if they so desired. The entire Marathon Park playground is surrounded by a new or well-maintained sidewalk. The ride area is wood chip mulch, clean and well-maintained, but difficult to navigate with any type of mobility device. It's even difficult. I hurt my hip and what happened to me with the dog, and it was even a little difficult walking through it for me today because it's lumpy and definitely not a smooth surface. The entrance to Marathon Park is a gate that remains closed. The parking lot meets the front lip of the sidewalk entering Marathon Park. It is easily accessible with any mobility device. There is no bathroom or porta potty available. A porta potty is available at the pickleball courts at the senior center as a source of comparison. And there used to be a porta potty there at the Marathon Park, I think prior to COVID. An added porta potty, if added there, should be inclusive for adults and children with disabilities. On a side note, I saw this on Facebook last week, and he had pictures. Kevin Godet posted last week on Bridgewater Facebook say that a pet project of his is to maintain Marathon Park, and he showed it before and after the range, and the mulch was all into the sidewalk areas and so forth. And he cleaned it up beautifully. It really is nicely maintained and very clean. It looks great. There are many dining tables available to picnic there with attached benches. There is 4 spots existing on the tables, 1 on each side of a table to accommodate wheelchairs, and they're under a permanent cover. 2 play course swings are in place for children with disabilities. 1 swing accommodates children ages 5 to 12, and 1 swing accommodates children ages 2 to 5. In prior times I went there, the swings didn't look good like this at all. Both of these swings look brand new and are operational. I actually clipped them in. They clip easily into place to hold the child safely. So that's nice. They look brand new. The largest ride or attraction there is a large ramp that leads up to several slides. This individual play area is accommodating in that children could climb up the walkway with crutches or a walker or a wheelchair to get to the bottom 2 slides. It is a large and colorful play structure. It's in excellent condition. There's also 6 benches strategically placed around the play area to accommodate people that need to sit or rest. The smallest swing set at the front of the park is in mulch, and it's about 3 inches below the sidewalk, the mulch. The largest swing set at the back of the park is about 1.5 to 2 inches below the sidewalk level. Both areas would be difficult to exit if you had a wheelchair because it's kind of a step up to get to the sidewalk again. There are 2 handicap parking spots at the entrance to Marathon Park. 1 is on each side of the gate. The sidewalk to enter Marathon Park is flush to the parking lot for easy access. And I feel proud about this, but years ago, and it was prior to COVID, our old team fought really long and hard to get the 2 handicap parking spot signs that we put there. And actually to lower the sidewalk so it would accommodate people with disabilities. And it took a good couple of years, but it finally was accomplished. The above is an overall view of a well-used and well-maintained children's playground in Bridgewater. I actually drive by every Thursday when I do my Meals on Wheels, and sometimes if it's a nice day, I see 25 or 30 cars there. It's really, really busy place. My suggested improvements would be a porta potty accessible to individuals with disabilities, additional rides or attractions for children with disabilities. In existence now, there are 2 age-appropriate swings. They're really the same thing. 1 is for bigger kids, 1 is for small kids, and 2 slides on a larger structure. Also, more accessible ground cover than the wood chip mulch currently in place. My wife, after I wrote this, suggested a water source because it's hot there and people get thirsty. So she mentioned that after I had written this up. That's what I had in place. Karen, you had a comment that you shared with me after, if you want to mention it.
Well, first of all, I mean, David, it was a great report. I mean, it really covered everything. And the playground is well maintained. And it seems to be fairly accessible for children with disabilities. The wood chip mulch, of course, is hard for anybody to maneuver, even, myself on the crutches. I find I have to be very careful about that. So that would definitely be something that would have to be changed to some rubberized solid surface if we could. As far as the porta potty, who's going to maintain it? I mean, I don't know where the money's coming from. I really, as much as I would love to see improvements to Marathon Park, with all the issues that are going on in town, with the water issues, the road infrastructure, the schools looking for more money. I don't think you're going to get any community support at this time. If there are grants, that's fine. If there's a private donor, we could move forward, but you're not going to, I don't think that we're going to get community support. So that's just the way I feel about it right
Well,
now.
no, that's a good point, Karen. I'm wondering though.
I mean, we had a private donor that built it, right?
Well, right, that would be great.
But
The Community Preservation Committee, CPC,
yeah,
do they have money that they get every year that they allocate? Could we get on their radar? So even if it doesn't happen right away, maybe that could be, if they're getting money, a project for 2026 or something going forward. I mean, I
David.
really think,
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I didn't want you to
oh,
get.
please do.
Yeah.
So I put you guys on CPC's radar. They're going to I don't know if they've tried to reach out yet, but I had an officers meeting with them a couple weeks ago and just let them know that you guys were getting this report together. And then you were going to try to send it over to us, so we could get it over to the CPC. So they are going to bring up it as a potential new project at their meeting tomorrow night.
Okay.
If you
nice.
if you'd like to come to that meeting, they would welcome any kind of input or anything you'd like to share. So you are on their agenda. Not you personally, or they're not expecting anything. They just wanted to let all the CPC members know that it is something that is being talked about. So
Josh,
that is yep.
what time would the meeting be on Wednesday?
So their meeting starts at 6:30.
6:30. And where is it?
It's virtual.
Oh, it's
I can
virtual.
Yep, I can send you the Zoom link.
Oh, good.
And they are respectful of guest time. So if you can't because you're, I think, towards the end of their agenda, they might just make a motion to take the discussion out of turn and just get you taken care of right away.
Oh, nice.
But I apologize. I should have communicated this earlier. I didn't know you guys had the report ready so soon. So I just let them know that you would be interested in presenting this, not that it would be ready by then.
Well, you know what, Josh, I would actually like to attend. It's virtual. That's great.
Mhm.
I'd like to read what I just read. If I was going to send it to them, as I was looking at it, I have more than my share of spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. So I kind of would like to redo it slightly, address it to them, but it would be basically the same
That's where
thing.
Estelle comes in.
I know.
That's where Estelle comes in as our English professor, right?
Well, even out being a professional, I could see mistakes of my own, but I would like to redo it a little bit and submit it. But I would be happy to talk to them if you thought that was appropriate, and if anyone.
Oh yeah,
else-
absolutely. That's why I wouldn't interrupt you. Let you know that you guys are on their radar at least.
Good,
Okay.
good.
Can you
So,
send the
Karen,
link to
that's-
everybody? Can he send the link to everybody? I'd like to, maybe if I'm
good.
around, I
Yeah.
would, yeah, thank you.
Good. That will make me feel more supported, Karen. Good. And actually, that's kind of good, Karen, because they get money anyway. So if they can use that money to do some nice work at the Marathon Park, that would be great.
Well, that would work. I thought they were pretty much going to be working on the senior center and that whole outdoor area, and I thought all their funds were going towards that, but maybe not. Maybe they have extras.
Maybe they can
We'll
look
see.
at for the future
Oh.
also. They got to look into 2026 and
Right.
whatever.
Okay,
So, good. And thank you very much, Josh. That's good to hear. So I will plan to be on at 6:30 tomorrow, and you're going to send us the link. Great.
Yep.
David,
Yes.
a question.
Yes.
Because so many grandparents take their grandchildren to Marathon Park, they
Yep.
babysit during the week very
Yep.
often. A lot of them are handicapped. So 2 spots does not seem adequate. Is there any way we can put on the agenda that maybe we
Look
want
at
to
it.
increase it to 4?
you'd be hard
It's
pressed to
going to
get that.
take a while, and I mean, not
Right.
right away, but down the road, asking for 2 more spots.
I don't even know that that part would go through the,
Yeah. That's
Community
It would have to go through
Preservation
the
Committee.
town or the
That-
state?
That should go through the town, I would imagine, and honestly, they have a bunch of signs that kind of hidden on the left side of the same parking lot where the ball
Yes.
field is. They probably still have like 8 old signs or more that are kind of hidden by shrubbery and trees. So I would think it's just move some signs, and it can't be much
Yeah.
of an expense.
David, that area, I go for softball. And so
Yeah.
I park over in that area. Yes, the signs are bent, they're hidden by brush. Everybody uses that area, but it is supposed to be 4 or 5 for handicap. There are a
Right.
lot of handicapped grandparents going to the softball games too.
That's good.
And it's a
then we don't
long
need-
way walking down those fields, so
We don't need to buy, I'm sure we could
can't
get
bother
2 more-
those, can't take those
I'm
away.
sure we could get 2 more signs
But-
for the other side, and that's a good point,
Yes.
Estelle. I'll
Yeah.
write that down. request-
David,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt again.
Please do.
But just some insider knowledge here. So our Parks and Rec department is actually going to the CPC. They're putting together something that wouldn't be approved through their funding this year because of
Okay.
budget cuts. So several of the projects they're working on are going to be renovation of the parking lots and things like that. So it might be maybe something to focus on would be the park itself for you guys. And I would say bring it all up to this CPC tomorrow.
Okay.
Definitely, but
not of
I
the
do
one-
know
one.
that the Parks and Rec are looking at the parking lots primarily right now. So that might not even be something you guys would need to work into your eligibility form.
Right.
So as things come along, I really like to, connect you guys with the Parks and Rec department as well
Good.
for like those signs and things.
Mhm.
But just so there isn't any redundancy going on.
Well, that's good. Josh, I would say though, that Parks and Rec, looking at that park, they might say, well, it looks great right now. There's one handicap spot on each side of the gate, and they might feel that's sufficient where, Estelle had a great point that there is more people that have the elderly grandparents or whatever going there. So it would be nice to have a few more spots, and maybe they're
Yeah.
not looking at it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like connect you guys with them because they are looking at renovating the actual parking lots. Because I actually go there all the time with my daughter, and the parking lot just getting in, there's potholes and everything. So I mean, that's just something that they've been wanting to work towards that just couldn't get funding this year, but they're going to look into CPC funds.
Okay.
So just connecting you with you guys with them would be a good idea. Rather than you guys trying to shoulder the task of trying to get the handicap parking through your eligibility form with the CPC.
Okay, that's good to hear. Thank you very much, Josh.
Yep.
Does anyone else have any comments, questions? Well, good points, everyone. The next thing we're discussing, and I don't know if we're moving further, the open caption movie at the Bridgewater Senior Center as an option. We were going to discuss it further. Estelle, that was your baby. We had gone from the East Bridgewater Cinema, figured it wasn't a great option, and thought about the Senior Center. What did you find out, or what do you think?
I was waiting for Courtney to show up, and so far, I went in to see her today, but I don't think they've scheduled any movies yet. So I'm going to try to talk to her tomorrow. I'm going in again tomorrow, so see if she's not too busy, and see what they've got scheduled for the next month, and see if maybe we could talk her into just turning on the closed captioning if they have any movies. Very quiet over there the last month or so.
Yeah,
Jeff.
I was just there last week, and we had a pretty good turnout for the Memorial Day event on
Yeah,
Wednesday.
It was a good turnout.
It was a decent turnout. Yeah, I mean, Courtney's going through a heck of a lot, getting acclimated and so forth.
Exactly.
right
So I
now.
didn't want to
So-
overburden her by saying, we're all, looking for closed captioning now. Are you going to start the movies up again? But I would
Right.
imagine for the summer, it's gonna be quiet, so maybe they'll start the movies for our summer session.
I think
She
that
was
seems
just-
like a nice fall type thing. Yeah, movies at the senior center.
Well, I think last year they did run it in the summer because it was cool, air
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
conditioned,
like
and
the
they
air
had ice
conditioning.
cream, and
Mhm.
so I'm hoping that they're gonna do it again this summer.
Good,
And that'll be a simple thing that they can just turn the closed captioning on.
right,
So I'll pop in tomorrow and ask her.
good. That's perfect.
I
Any other
did, one
comments?
other thing I did do, David, is I've been trying to reach the person at Bridgewater State
Okay,
who runs the audiology department, but they
Yeah.
have an acting director right now, and I guess they were on like a little break between the end of the school year and the start of summer session, which began today. So I'm going to start trying again to see if I can connect with them and find out if there's somebody we can connect with there and see if maybe they have a speaker or something that we can get to
okay.
maybe just zoom in with us and talk about what they do.
That's great. That would be excellent. Actually, I need that. I find myself saying all the time now, what's that? What's that? My hearing isn't what it used to be.
Time for hearing aids, David.
I think it might be. At least I'm going in that direction anyways. New business, just a few ADA Center updates. Tuesday, June 3rd, 12 to 1, a virtual event. The ADA Center is hosting a free webinar series focused on the experience of Black individuals with disabilities and their access to information and rights under ADA. Number 2, the Mass Department of Conservation and Recreation Universal Access Programs Adaptive Recreation Fair, Saturday, June 7, 10 to 3, Artisani Playground, 1255 Soldier Field Road in Brighton, which is a little bit of a ride. Moving on, in June, Cindy Conquest of the Mass Equestrian Center will speak at the scheduled June 24th Disability Commission meeting at 2 p.m. on Zoom. Thanks to Lorraine arranging the presentation. Cindy will speak about the Equestrian Center offering inclusive adaptive riding lessons for children and adults with disabilities, fostering cognitive, emotional, physical, and social development through equine assisted services. Cindy is a dynamic speaker. The presentation will be about 20 minutes long at the beginning of our meeting. All are welcome. What I did do, I reached out, I'm involved with Literacy Place, which now goes to the Senior Center, and she sent out to all the members an invite to this meeting, the Zoom meeting. We'll have to send whoever's interested links. I did ask Ann from the Elder Affairs to also send out invite. We didn't do it quite yet to the EAC members links for interested people so we can get more people involved. So I'm going to ask them both to send it out prior to the, close enough, but prior to the meeting.
Okay.
Any comments, questions, or anything involved with that?
She's very dynamic. I've heard her. She's really good.
Oh, that's great. I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And I guess it had been a longer presentation in the past, but we're trying to keep it to about 20 minutes to you know, meet our needs and the members. Good. Let's see. Recommendations. I was thinking maybe in one of our future meetings, we could have Courtney as a new director, just say hi and drop in on us and, you know, kind of merge our groups a little bit. What do you guys think?
Great idea.
Sounds
you.
good.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any nays? Okay, the ayes have it then. I will reach out to Courtney and see when we can get it. I don't think I would do June because it'll be longer with that equestrian thing. So I would do a month or two after that.
Mhm.
Additional items for discussion, any topics that you want us to bring up in June, you know, going forward? And if not today, think about it so we could add it to my future agendas. Okay.
Have we
Anything?
ever-
Go
David,
ahead.
have we ever thought about, or been questioned about, ob- um, adaptability or, adaptive equipment that we might be able to provide information about for people in the community?
No, we
Right.
have not.
Like fire alarms for deaf people or, where they could go to get enlargements for their reading material or how to contact different organizations. Do they ever connect with us?
No, we have not done that whatsoever. I know that in the past, and I don't know if they have money now, the fire department was putting up fire alarms for people for free, but I don't know if that program is
No,
going.
they don't anymore, David.
Oh, no,
Mhm.
that was a
But they-
wonderful program.
But they do come and they will check all of yours, change batteries or do all of that, because I did have them come down here, because I can't
They'll,
certainly
they'll
reach
do
them.
it, they'll
Well,
do it if you're,
they'll
if
do
you're
all
not
that.
hearing impaired. They
Oh.
won't do it for hearing impaired people.
Oh,
No, that's a
I
good
think they
point.
still do it for people who hear.
Right.
But they don't do it for
I
people who are
gotcha.
hearing impaired.
Okay.
Because it's much more
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah.
Because I've
Gotcha.
tried to get it and they said, well, you could go to Amazon. And I said, well, yeah, I know that. But I said, you do it for the townspeople who can
yes, or
hear. And
hearing.
they said,
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
not for disabled people. So,
Mhm.
that's what I was wondering. Do we keep some kind of directory or anything that we compile?
We have not whatsoever.
I was thinking, and I'm not trying to put more work on myself, but maybe we should start putting together some kind of a directory of local, state information for
Well, no,
people.
that's a great idea. Also, not to reinvent the wheel, but there's a group, I'm trying to think of the
Must
name
be.
of it, in East Bridgewater.
Yeah, I have their information.
And they do some of that kind of things. And if you just
Yeah.
contacted them to start with and see what they do out of what you're looking for, you might find that more than not, the stuff is available through them. And then you wouldn't have to do too much research at that point. I don't know
I
what
have
they,
their flyer, so I
Good.
can contact them.
okay, that's a good idea to start, and then we can go from there. I like your idea.
It's just, I think that some people are just overwhelmed, so they suddenly realize, that, I need equipment or, I mean, sometimes you can call the senior center and they have a wheelchair or they have, something that they need, crutches or something, but then they don't,
Well,
some
that's
days
kind
they
of
just don't have it. Where do you
catch as
go?
catch can, because sometimes that I mean, I'm there all the time, and sometimes we have all sorts of walkers and they have all sorts of crutches, and they did have a few wheelchairs. Some of them were kind of heavy, and then sometimes people have picked them up and then there's nothing. So you're right. It depends on the month and the week and so forth.
But they also got rid of that program a while ago because of liability. They didn't want to be liable. So we weren't in the renting or lending, we didn't have that. People will go, we were sending people to Middleborough. So I don't know.
And then yet 2 weeks ago, a wheelchair came in and they were able to send it out again.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. We had a
Yeah,
wheelchair
so-
there that I don't know.
All right.
So things change.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe someone dropped it off and then they had it, so they used it. I'm not really sure in regard to that. But it's an excellent point, Estelle. If you want to follow up a little, I'll put you on the agenda in June.
Now, let me check on, I'll call them and see what they have
Yeah.
and I'll start putting together some things.
And we'll plan that it'll be like a beginning approach in June. So that's
Okay.
fine. Good. Anything else anyone like to bring up for future meetings or anything? Okay. Date of the next meeting is June 24th at 2 p.m. on Zoom. Does anyone know now that they cannot attend that meeting? Well, that's a good sign. Good. Okay. So right now I'm planning on 5 out of 5. We'll see. That's all I have. We're going to adjourn in a second. Josh, I want to thank you very much for all your input. It helps a lot. I appreciate it, as we all do.
Okay.
Oh, I have a
course.
question before
Yes, ma'am. Yep.
this is for Josh. I'm
Yep.
going way back, Josh.
Oh, boy.
Remember my question for Evie
Evie
DeLutis?
DeLutis.
She still wants her
Um,
question answered about the, let me see if I get this straight. The ability to ask questions at a town meeting through Zoom.
Oh, we reached out to her.
Did you?
Yeah, she actually emailed that town manager's email, I believe, or I don't remember which email, but we did touch base with her. Um, so I think that kind of stems back to our ability for hybrid meetings and everything. So the meeting that she had actually gone to, it was a BSU meeting. It was hosted
It
by
was.
BSU. Yeah. So we didn't have any capability to do like a hybrid meeting with them for that. So essentially like all the town council meetings are in person. So there's no way for anybody to ask a question through if they're watching the live recording. If somebody were to come to a meeting, just a regular committee or commission board meeting like this one, they can of course come on and ask questions that way. But we don't have the hybrid capability for the town council yet. So that's just to give you basically the statement that she was given. If she, I believe she was connected with the town council clerk. So if she had questions that she had for the town council, she can submit that and it can be read into record that way. So she was given just all the capabilities that we currently have. But as far as like hybrid right now, we don't have the capability.
Have the capabilities. Okay,
But she's if she has that question again, just have her reach out to me and I'll make sure it gets explained again.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's all I have. Let's see. So I guess we need a motion to adjourn.
I will make the motion.
Thank you very much, Gloria. Who would like to second that?
I'll
Second it.
second it.
I'm not sure who
You
is
don't know, you don't know
first
who's
or
doing what
second.
yet.
I'm gonna let Estelle do it
Whatever.
first. Jake.
That's fine.
Estelle,
Not a problem.
I'll
Okay,
keep Karen in mind to second it next time. Thank you all for your time and effort. Appreciate it, and we'll see you all at the next meeting or before.
All right. Be well,
Okay.
everyone.
take
Take
care.
care, everyone.
Thanks.
You too.
Bye
Okay.
now.
Bye-bye.